Why did Scott Ritter spend 2011, 2012, and 2013 in prison? Oh, that is an interesting question. Why did Scott Ritter spend 2011, 2012, and 2013 in prison? Well, people at home will just have to Google why Scott Ritter, former weapons inspector, now full-time Russian propagandist, spent 2011, 2012, and 2013 in prison. I think it was due to his online interactions, what he believed were underage girls. But putting that aside, I wanted to watch this bizarre speech by Scott Ritter. So Scott Ritter is an American Russian propagandist who goes online and offers military opinions to alt media personalities, schmucks like Jackson Hinkle, Jimmy Carter. Well, some of them are schmucks. Other ones actually believe, semi-actually believe it, or just con men. Yeah, so they're helping Scott con other people. But Scott Ritter has been wrong about very, very, very many major events in this war, with incorrect predictions about what was going to happen, on how imminent Ukrainian collapse is before it then did not happen, and has also been involved in some pretty disgusting statements, including like mocking Ukrainians who are being bombed, cheering on the bombing of Ukrainian cities and the march of the Russian army. He's openly pro-invasion. By the way, the Rage Against the War Machine rally did invite him before disinviting him once his history of trying to message and sex underage girls was brought more to light. It was already known about, they just must have not Googled him. But once it got too much attention, they did dump him. But he was explicitly pro-invasion. And the event did continue to have pro-invasion speakers anyway, like Jackson Hinkle. So it didn't really change too much. But that's Scott Ritter. And so I'm going to tell you my belief about Scott Ritter and why he's a Russian propagandist in a second. But what he decided to do was go to Chechnya, meet with Kadyrov, who is the leader of the Chechen government in Russia. I don't know how else to describe him besides like a butcher who's been accused of multiple human rights abuses. Has been accused of putting gay people in prison and torturing them, has been accused of arresting and murdering journalists, has been accused of torture and all sorts of atrocities. He decided to go there and give a rallying speech to his forces, who have also been accused of numerous war crimes in Ukraine. He decided to go there and call them heroes. Check this out. Mind you, when I was on a recent progressive talk show to talk about the war, people were recommending Scott Ritter and Scott Ritter links and Scott Ritter statements in response to what I was saying on the show. So even though this guy, for people who are in the know about the war, is like an open clown, he does get his statements out there to unsuspecting observers on the internet. Hey, did I just get a loner box raid? Well, hello, loner box raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're watching Scott Ritter make a brave speech to the Chechen fighters.
Shadow Angle 09 got a tier 1 subscription. Have you ever talked about the NotPetya cyber attack that happened back in 17? Been reading, and it seems to have messed up Ukraine bad and even hit Maersk hard.
You know, there's so many provocations that happened between 2014 and 2021 that is not discussed in media, that honestly, to be quite frankly with you, I have never touched on it on stream. I think there might be a usefulness in me sitting down and doing a documented history of the war in the Donbass and why the different Minsk agreements fell apart, different bombings that occurred, different war crimes that occurred. I think it makes sense because it seems like everybody's general knowledge starts in 2022. Not everybody's, but a lot of people's general knowledge starts in 2022. So I think it might be useful. Anyway, thank you, Lonerbox, for the raid. Back to Scott Ritter's brave speech to Chechen soldiers. Got a lot of these guys out there for Scott. Oh my God, look at all those boys.
Assalamu alaikum.
Majority of them are participants in the special military operation, and the rest around them are supposed to go to just take part in the operation. So basically he's saying that these guys are going to go out and fight. We are certain that in the nearest future, We will destroy these devils. Satanism, Zionism, fascism. We greet our respected guests who came here. Oh my God, look at these clouds. In the nearest future, we will finish with Ukraine. And then we will continue to wage war against those who do not agree with us. Russia is a great nation. Our president, our supreme commander-in-chief, Vladimir, is the strongest, wisest, greatest president and commander. We say Allah is great, Akhmat is power, Russia is mighty. I want to give a word to our respected guest. Many thanks to your president, to your commanders, to your officers, and to the Chechen soldiers. I'm sorry, look, I cannot claim to have good Russian. I don't. I know very little. But I can tell you that is some terrible Russian. That's not great Russian. Not fantastic. I just want to look at the faces on the Chechen soldiers, trying to listen to his Russian, trying to understand what he's saying. This is my second time in Chechnya. When I came here the first time, people said, "Why do you want to visit Chechnya?" I said, I have to visit. Because right now, all of America, all of Europe, when I say Chechnya, all people know is that it's full of scary people. Scary not in a good way, but in a bad way. That's funny. Not good scary, like, you know, when you rape your enemies. Bad scary, as in, like, you might rape them. When I visited, I looked at the Chechen people. They are the best people. They want to live in peace. They want people to be friends with the whole world. You are scary soldiers, I know. I know your history. I know you're the heroes of Mariupol in Luhansk. By the way, the death toll in Mariupol, according to AP, just by looking at mass grave expansion, is between 35 to 75,000 civilians. Just something to think about. Heroes of Mariupol, yeah. Donetsk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. What, the city they were thrown out of? Okay, well. I also know you are real men. A man wants a family, kids and life. He does not want to fight. But right now you have to do your job. You are working. Your work is frightening. I love that he has just gone there and just taken up the mantle of like, okay, Chechens, you have to go. Look, I've come from America to tell you that you're very, very scary, and you have to go and fight. Okay, I must know what I'm talking about. I'm a foreigner. You have to. I came from America. You know, they all call you the heroes of Mariupol over there. Yeah, that's everyone over there. I was walking down the street. People were just saying, hey, you guys know about those Chechen heroes of Mariupol? Yeah, they love you over there. Look, if Scott really wants to, he can lead them in the battle. This will be the main moment. This is why I am here. I want to work on the friendship between Chechnya and America. America is not a bad place. American people are like you. They're good people. I think this is a separate question. It's about politics. I am not a politician. I am a soldier like you. I think that you will win. I want for all Chechen soldiers to come back home and to live normal lives. Dude, how, Jesus Christ. He's fully just sold out. He is just, I mean, I don't know how more you could sell out than going as a foreigner to this army and telling them they have to all go die in Ukraine for their families. Why? What are the Ukrainians doing in Chechnya? They're not doing shit in Chechnya. The Ukrainians aren't going to invade Chechnya. No, Zelensky wasn't going to annex Chechnya. Why do the Chechens need to? Why do the Chechens need to go to Ukraine and fight? The whole audience look confused as to even why he's there, what he's saying. It's hard for me to understand what he's saying. There's fucking translations. Does flattery work on the soldiers? I think that's what that is. It's him to come here as an American, and this is what his job is. It's for him to be like, hey guys, I'm an American. I know the red, white, and blue. I eat burgers and wear cowboy hats, and I'm here to tell you how you guys are so scary. I go home and all the Americans are like, the Chechens, they're gonna take Washington. I mean it. I heard President Biden say, whispering, oh, Kadyrov's gonna take me hostage. And that's his job. His job is to go there and to help their propaganda machine. Why is he doing this? Why has he reduced himself to this level? Because he has multiple sex crimes on the record of him trying to message underage girls twice. And he got caught on multiple occasions. And the second time it was so bad that he went to prison for 3 years. By the way, when I say that he attempted twice, that doesn't mean that those are the only times he attempted. On the first occasion, he actually attempted twice, but most people don't know that. You have to know that. You only know that if you look at the court documents. So that's 3 times in total that he's attempted to message underage girls that ended up just being FBI agents pretending to be underage girls. So since that's on the record, this guy's not going to get a job with the Rand Corporation. He's not going to get a job with the FDD. He's not going to get a job with the State Department, Department of Defense, the military. He's not going to get a job with other organizations that might be semi-respectable or pay a half-decent paycheck. He can't. He's destroyed his image because of his crimes. You want to know what his excuse was for his crimes and why nobody, wants to accept him back into his arms? Not only because of what he did, but his excuse. His excuse, at least the first time, was due to the pressure of the critiques he was sustaining due to his opposition to the Iraq War. It was too much to bear, and he was in a bad place. And so he went onto the internet and started messaging what he thought were underage girls because he was because Bush and Iraq and Saddam. Yeah, if that's your defense after you committing such a disgusting crime like that, you're not going to make it in respectable circles anymore. And since that's the case, and he's attempted to, but failed to make it in semi-respectable circles since then, he now has to make a living by going onto Russian state TV and parading around as the dumb American, telling them how powerful they are, going before their audiences, telling their soldiers that they have to go off and die, and going on alt media platforms after doing this and pretending not to just be and pretending to not be a Russian propagandist as he makes predictions of Ukraine's imminent collapse that which never to fruition. Man, I wonder what his family thinks of him. I wonder if does he have I know he's not married anymore. If he ever was, I believe he was married at one point. It's not like he must have cousins, right? Must be weird to be going through the Facebook pages and you scroll down and you see cousin Ritter after he got out of prison a few years later. He's in front of a bunch of Chechen war criminals telling them, go to Ukraine. All those war crimes you did in Mariupol, you're heroes for it. What a dissent from a weapons inspector. My goodness. What a dissent.